is it okay to move in with your spouse before marriage?
Yes, it's okay. We in here doing it. We here.
Well, actually, scratch that. It's should you move in with your spouse?
Okay.
Not is it okay? Should you move in with your spouse?
Okay. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back. Today, the topic is...
should you move in with your spouse before you have officially tied the knot?
It's a touchy subject because we right here doing it.
Yeah, we've moved in before we've been married.
Yes, we live in a lovely 1,000 square foot apartment in San Diego, California.
Before we're married. So today's topic, guys, is a fun one because a lot of people feel differently about this.
I know.
A lot of people feel differently about this.
Because it's quote-unquote shacking up, like
shacking
old
up.
people say.
And a lot of people don't believe it's actually beneficial.
Yeah.
So, if we could, why don't you argue for it? I'll argue against it.
Oh, we're choosing sides. Okay.
Yeah, let's mix it up.
So I'm arguing for it.
You're right.
All right.
Let the debate begin.
Moving in with someone before marriage, you get to find out all the habits beforehand, before you get married. So their hygiene, how they spend, the utility bills. Do they use a lot of light? Do they use a lot of water? Are they clean? Do they clean up after themselves, or do you find yourself being the one to do it? Can they cook? Are you the one cooking the food, or are they cooking the food? He don't cook, I cook. But that's okay, though, because I love to cook. So it's it works for us, but you just get to find out a lot about a person living with them before marriage. I think it's beneficial just for the simple fact of finding everything out before you tie the knot, because what if you find out all this stuff after you're married and it's a deal breaker for you?
So all the reasons you think it's beneficial to live together before marriage is to see hygiene, to see how they pay their bills.
Everything. Mm-hmm.
What else? That's really what you said.
That's not what I said. I said hygiene, how they use the bills, cleanliness, cooking, their skills, just you have to live together. There's a lot of different things. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm going to argue against it. Now, personally, I do believe it's beneficial to move in before marriage. However, there are a lot of cons if you do it with the wrong person.
Right. That's what I was about to say. There's a but.
Right. So,
yes.
Again, everything you said was true.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe there is a beauty in longing for your spouse. Meaning, when your spouse lives at their own place, you don't see them all the time, it allows you to miss your spouse on a daily basis.
I know.
And a lot of relationships, when they go from missing the spouse on a daily basis to living together, and then they no longer miss their spouse, it takes a little bit of a spark out of the relationship.
Tired of them early.
You can get worn out early, which is an indication they're not the right person for you. The second thing, I think that
But that's a good thing.
Right. You notice
if you get that indication that they're not for you, then that lets you know beforehand that you shouldn't be with them before you tie the knot.
Right. That's correct.
Another pro.
I think another downside is financial.
Yeah.
So financially, when you're on your own, you're doing your own thing, you spend your money, you want to spend your money, you do your thing.
It's all on you.
It's all on you. You get to make those decisions. When you live with your spouse, combining finances for a lot of couples gets difficult. Except for,
you can live together and still have your own finances. That is a choice.
Right, but then who decides who pays what? We're going to go 50-50, we're doing this or that.
I mean, yeah, but that doesn't mean you have to combine your finances. So, I just feel like that, then you start talking about the gender roles, because there's the argument that the man should take care of the rent, especially if you asked her to live with you. Right. You take care of the rent, she'll take care of groceries and small utility bills.
Right.
You take care of everything else. She had a car, you had a car. Let her keep taking care of her car, because that's the same bill, while you keep taking care of your car. You don't have to combine your finances or pay attention to the income until you want to get married. But it still says it's a stressful thing, absolutely. But that's a choice, to combine the finances. You can still keep paying the same bills you have. The only difference is your utilities are both of you guys using it together, but they're smaller than the rent. So if unless you guys want it to be 50-50, it just depends on what you're okay with. I feel like nowadays females want to feel like they're either they feel like they want to be taken care of and have the man pay all the bills because they think that's how it's supposed to be, or they want to feel like they're included and want to pay the smaller bills while he takes care of the larger bills. You don't hear too often where the girl's like, I got it. He don't have to do nothing. Like, I haven't heard that too many. But it's an option, though.
Factual.
Yeah.
I also think it can kind of hinder the relationship moving in too early because one of the two people usually has physical demands that they now have expectations of being met more often because they're around you more often.
Good point.
And that can also cause issues in the relationship as well as turn the opposite sex off. Another thing I think is an issue is a lot of times people get pregnant.
Yes, but that's also something you have control over. That just happens way too often. Like, you don't have to get pregnant. You don't have to put a baby into the house that y'all living in.
Yeah,
wait till you get married.
A lot of people get pregnant when they move in.
That's the one thing that we are going to do right, is have a baby after marriage. We are living together before marriage, but after a year, I don't think this is the wrong decision. Do you?
No. It's gone well.
Yeah, it's gone very well. We're not stressed one bit.
No.
And we're not going to get into how we do our finances, but the habits that he has and I have, I don't think any of it is something where it's like, all right, I don't want to be with him no more. Like,
right. We're very frugal people.
Yeah.
Very much so. So because we're similar, it works.
Right.
I think if we were not, it would not work.
And also, like, prior to this, like, I don't know if you want to tell them, like, what you've done and then what I've done. So they can kind of understand.
I've lived with a spouse before.
Right.
Before.
And I never. Like, I've went from living with my mom in high school, graduating, going to a college out of state, and living on my own. Of course, my freshman year and sophomore year, I had roommates and things like that. But essentially, I was by myself, and I never pictured myself living with anyone, or I always said I wasn't going to live with anyone until I was engaged. So I do believe in also moving in when you're engaged. I don't necessarily say you have to wait until you guys have had the whole wedding to move in together, but that's how I pictured it for myself. Somehow, some way, this man has altered that because here I am, but I firmly did believe, like I said, I did not want to live with anyone. I wanted to have my own finances, see what I could do on my own first. Pretty sure if you were by yourself and I was by myself, your spending would not be like how it is here. So, like, for example, let's talk about groceries, okay? So, like, he's never cooked before. You didn't.
Not like you cook. No.
Yeah. So, like, our grocery shopping bill was very different. So, like, for me, I can go spend $150 on groceries and cook my breakfast, lunch, and dinner, have plenty of food for just myself for 3 weeks. $150.
Yeah, no, I wasn't doing that.
Because I can make a big pan of something and just eat off that, have a variety of different things, have my snacks and everything. You couldn't do that. You know, so, like, now that we're living together, this is the only financial example I'll give. Like, what was your bill like on your own?
I was probably spending $300 a month.
A month?
On food.
Okay. And were you also eating out, though, in between that?
Not a lot.
Because you weren't cooking for yourself for a whole month.
Well, you gotta understand, I would make things, but it wasn't like what you would make.
Okay.
So I was still
like
cook.
3-course meals.
Yeah,
chicken,
no, I wasn't.
Green beans and rice.
Yeah, well, I would have a lot of rice, broccoli, something. You know, corn, broccoli, something, or
right.
You know, something simple like I go to Costco and get like a pasta or something. I would still eat.
Right.
It just was not as cost effective because you get all the ingredients from scratch. You do it that way. So
right.
I wasn't doing that.
But with that being said, though, now that I'm getting groceries and cooking for 2 people, which you also eat more than me,
yeah,
we still keep our grocery bill at $350 to $400 a month.
Yeah.
Didn't change that much.
No.
But we eat. Like, we good. Like, we never go hungry. So
well, yeah,
it's like,
I think you put me on to, like, eating different types of things.
Yeah, and I think also shopping correctly. Some people really do not know how to shop correctly. They'll go pick up the most expensive things on the shelf when you don't have to do that.
Something she taught me was going to some place like Aldi's and getting stuff for the low, or snacking on, like, fruits Not that I didn't already do that.
Yeah.
But I was the guy to go get the organic grapes for like $13. And she'll go get the cutie oranges for like $4. Like little stuff like that.
Yeah.
Makes a big difference over the long term.
Right.
So for sure, I'll give you that one. Grocery bill has come down.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I still think moving in with the wrong person, you're not going to have this experience.
Right. Though I'm just saying for us, like, we're not stressed. There's nothing much has changed. I don't think it's anything negative coming out of it for us. So I guess that's an indication that we're with the right person.
She's trying to argue her point. My job is to argue
because I'm supposed
the
to argue
cons.
with it. Yeah.
Right. I'm arguing the cons. And I do think most indications or most situations are going to be negative when you move in. I've seen other friends do it. My families have done it. It's not just me. I've seen other people, not just a small sample size, do it, and it hasn't been beneficial.
Okay, so coming into this, moving in together, were you apprehensive at all?
Actually, no. I was not apprehensive with moving in with you, only because we complement each other very well.
Mm-hmm. But living together brings other...
Well, I had come to your house plenty of times. I know you weren't dirty. I know you cooked a lot. You're a minimalist like me. So you have a lot of clothes and shoes. Other than that, you're a minimalist.
That came before.
Right. You're a minimalist. Like, she's not the type of person that needs to go out and get this, get that, do this, do that. You don't have expensive taste.
Right.
So in trying to move across the country, move to California, I wasn't concerned about having to afford your lifestyle.
Okay.
Your bills on your end were low. It was fine. And you're good with your money. You had money before we got here. So then in terms of the things that I look for, I wasn't concerned about that. Our chemistry beforehand was already good.
Right.
So I wasn't necessarily nervous about it. And then having moved in, I realized even more so that it's an easy fit.
Nothing to be worried about. Again, proving my point of the yes, it's okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have a winner.
It's okay.
But should you, let me go ahead and switch to the side of should you.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and say you should not, just because that's not the appropriate thing to do. You just kind of have to think about yourself and think about who you're with.
Yeah, I just feel
and
like
think about what you can allow.
people aren't designed at an early age, at a young age, in a relationship that's not very mature. If you've been dating for years, that's one thing. But if you're brand new like we were, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
We were
new.
very brand new when we moved in, and in most situations and circumstances,
it
would not have
been
been very good.
But
so
that's how you proving the point and giving us more indicators that we are all right.
Overall, just to give a general consensus to conclude the video, moving in with your spouse before marriage, especially if you haven't dated for that long, probably not going to work out. You're going to add more stress from the social aspect. You're not going to have the personal space that you're used to having, whether it's the bathroom, the bedroom, the kitchen. I would say that most people, my vote would not be for someone not to do it.
Right, you should not do it.
Yeah.
We just got blessed and lucky.
Yeah. So let us know your thoughts and comments. Do you think it'd be a good fit to move in with someone before marriage, especially if the relationship is brand new? Obviously, guys, like, comment, and subscribe for more content.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great day.
Goodbye, guys.